60 years ago, Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay made it to the summit of Mount Everest. The feat has inspired generations of mountain climbers, with many New Zealanders following in his footsteps. Joining me tonight to talk about Sir Edmund's achievement and what it means to climbers today is Paul Prince from the Otago section of the New Zealand Alpine Club. Good evening, Paul.
Hi, how's it going?
Now, how important was Sir Edmund's ascent?
Oh, it was very important. New Zealand climbers felt suddenly that they were taken seriously. They felt that they were they're suddenly more visible on the world stage. They'd been invited by a guy called Eric Shipton, a great explorer. He knew a guy called Dan Bryant, who was a Kiwi. Dan Bryant was impressive, and that connection got Edmund Hillary involved. And from there, suddenly, New Zealand was a climbing country all of a sudden.
How many New Zealanders are taking up the challenge of climbing Everest these days?
Still quite a lot. There's two sort of streams. There's the amateurs and then there's the guides, and so New Zealand is doing a lot in both fronts. So the guiding companies of all the guiding companies on Everest, the big ones are Adventure Consultant and Himex, and so Guy Cotter, Russell Bryce, Lydia Brady, Dean Staples are all doing multiple ascents. I think Dean Staples currently has the highest number of ascents of Everest for a guide. And then on the other side, you've got the amateurs who are doing the guiding. Amateurs who are doing the climbing. So Dean Hall, who's someone who trained at Otago University and is coming back to town soon. He's recently climbed it. Last year, our ex-president Peter Kamel, who lives in Auckland, climbed Everest. And further back, Penny Goddard climbed it about 4 years ago as well.
Now, before his death, Sir Edmund was concerned about the commercialisation of the mountain. Has commercialisation become an issue?
I think yes, it's fair to say that it is an issue. There's been over 500 ascents this season. The majority are guided ascents, but it's more about how you mitigate those effects. So there's safety issues and there are environmental issues. So it's more about symptoms than it is about an actual problem.
Now, there's been some talk of a ladder near the top.
There has been.
How serious is that talk?
I think it's a serious proposition, and as I said, in terms of safety, getting people off the mountain quickly because of those bottlenecks is really important. It would save lives, I believe.
Now, you're with the New Zealand Alpine Club here in Otago. How popular is climbing in this region?
In Otago we have 450 members, and some of those are not particularly active, and some are very active away every weekend around about in the hills, Aspiring, Earnslaw, down in Fiordland and up to Mount Cook.
So fairly active then?
We like to think so.
And the Banff Mountain Film Festival is on this evening. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's some of the best mountain films from around the world. We've sold out our screening, so if people are looking for tickets, we're all sold out, I'm afraid. 1,440 seats tonight. Wonderful
stuff. Paul Prince from the Alpine Club of Otago, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.